In my time since I've been the director of the Oregon Department of Transportation, I've had the privilege of talking to literally hundreds of people that are out on the road doing the work that we do every day. There's not a single one of them, whether it's a maintenance worker, a law enforcement, tow truck drivers, that don't have a story about a near miss or a crash in a work zone.
The toughest calls we get as leaders is when a worker has been injured. The call I received on January 21st was especially distressing. The crew was struck at nearly 70 miles per hour. The impact left all 6 crew members with serious, but thankfully non-life-threatening injuries.
We are seeing stories like this happen more frequently. As I referenced 2021 alone, we had 476 crashes in work zones in Oregon. 23 people were seriously injured and 4 lost their lives.
I have nearly been run over by a drunk driver. Coworkers have been hit.
The dangerous and deadly driving we're seeing on our roadways simply cannot continue.
We constantly witness drivers on their cell phones, drivers not moving over when our amber lights are flashing, drivers doing unsafe speeds in work zones.
Every time there is an incident, everybody around that incident is impacted in a way that they take with them literally for the rest of their lives. And these impacts don't go away, they don't get better.
This crew and all the others who have been hit or injured have a long road ahead. The consequences of reckless driving extend far beyond the crash. Those events have lasting emotional and psychological effects on our crews and their loved ones who support them into recovery and beyond.
Whether you're on an interstate, a state route, or a city street, when you're driving, that should be your number one priority.
Road workers and first responders are more than just hard hats and vests. They're people with feelings and fears and families and friends. They're out there day and night in all kinds of weather, keeping the traveling public safe and moving. And they truly deserve your consideration. They deserve to not have vehicles blowing past them at 100 miles an hour or more. They deserve not to have to jump out of the way of impaired drivers who ignore multiple warning signs and flashing lights. They deserve to not face the trauma of watching a coworker being hurt or even killed on the job.
We are a family at ODOT and constantly watch out for each other.
So please, give consideration to these people. Their brothers, their sisters, their uncles, their husbands, their dads, their moms. They're out there working for us, for you.
When you're driving through our work zones, slow down and pay attention and give the workers the space that they need. Remember, it only takes a minute of your day in order to do this and provide a safe environment for our workers and for each of you that are traveling through our work zones. Our crews are out there every day. The work that they do is dangerous, and we beg each of you to help them continue to go home safely at the end of every night.